Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday and I am a little bit late on this video, but like they say, better late than never. So I decided to switch things up a little bit for the last week of March. I wanted to do something different. Two things I'm going to share with you. The first one I want to talk to you guys about is spring cleaning your finances. So that is the title of the video. So you know how we talk about it's time to declutter the house and cleaning your closet. It's more than that. We need to clean our finances too. It's springtime. We're going into the month of April. Can you believe it? We are officially going to be on quarter two. Time goes by so fast when you're actually having fun. And I know you guys are having fun. We're having fun because we are getting better at what we're doing. We're doing better. We're learning about ourselves and our habits, and we're learning about how to use cash envelopes and how to and how to get organized. I hope you are, at least. So today I wanted to share with you guys 5 ways that you can refresh your budget. Okay, give your money routine a little change, just a little refresher. So let's reset together and we can make quarter two the most intentional one this year, because quarter two is going to be amazing. Amazing. Okay. All right. With that being said, don't forget, please subscribe to the channel. My content with you, my knowledge, my experience, my past with you. Okay. So one of the first things that's a really big number one thing that you should really do, and I want you guys to do it this weekend. First of all, let me go over just to show you what I have in front of me. If you guys are new here, welcome. This is my dated all-in-one budget planner. This dated is a 9x7. It is really good quality. You can see it's pretty. It's super thick. It has this color here with a little bit of a frosted cover, but we also have added 5 different snap covers that you could switch up and change, which are absolutely beautiful. In addition to that, I also added the bookmarks, so you can just go like this. Okay, super easy. You just pop them in. I love them. I'm so happy. We just got these added to, for the planner. I love it because I actually have 2 in here where you have it on your weekly section, and then you have it in the budgeting section. Okay, but the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is this page here. What I am going to do is show you the blank pages. So we're going to talk about subscriptions. I want you guys to do this task this week because I really believe it's important. I believe that you will have an eye opener as well, just like when I talked to you guys about the highlighter method. So tip number 1 is cancel unused subscriptions. This is you really need to do this. This is something where you're probably spending more money than you think. One of my customers, she actually saved $113 by going through all of her subscriptions. She was doing all of the different tasks that I had recommended you guys to do, different tips and tricks and stuff, and she couldn't believe it that she canceled $113. She and her husband were paying for Amazon Prime. So you never know what's out there unless you actually go through it. So start by checking for any subscriptions that you're no longer using. The $5, the $15 charges, they all add up quick, even if it's $2. Whether it's a streaming service, it's probably an app for your phone, it could be a membership. Like, even I have to do this. This is something that I really need to do. So now is the time. It's a great time to clean out this. Let's get started. Like I said, we're moving into April, which is quarter 2, and we want to really be in a good place. And like I always say, we want to be in a good mindset. Okay. Tip number 2. Reorganizing your, I'm going to get to the page, sinking funds. Super important. And all of the things that I talk about are all the things that I actually use. And you guys know that. So take a look at your sinking funds. Do they still make sense to your current goals? Are you still using them? Maybe you're done saving for a specific holiday, but now you need to start saving for summer trips or vacation or prom or graduation and things like that. So, shift things around so that they reflect what's coming up within the year. Does that make sense? Now, even though Christmas is not until the end of the year, I still save for that. So that is one of the sinking funds that I will continue to save for every year. And the 4 that I have in my credit union, I will continue to keep. So the 4 that I have that I keep consistently every year, I don't change it. I've been using the same ones for a very long time. And of course, you guys know this. The first one is emergency. Emergency fund. Christmas. Clothing and vacation. So even though that these are my sinking funds that I use, it doesn't mean that maybe it would work for you. So you have to look at your situation, your family situation, take a look at what's going on and look at what is coming up in the year. Is there like a big event coming up that you have to save for, like a wedding or a prom, or do you know what I mean? So you really want to realign your sinking funds, take them out, look at your envelopes and go through them and see what is working for you and what is not. We also have all of these like little dashboards here. Now, I decided to, a couple weeks ago, we did another video, which was, we went over our sinking funds and kind of we did the same thing. It was a reset. And so what I did was I consolidated all of my grandkids and I put them in just one envelope, which is right here. And it says kids, because I didn't need so many. And I really wanted to just make it very, just easy, So I did kids. I also changed my Amazon and Target, and I changed it to, see, this is emergency. I changed it to spending and online shopping, and here's subscriptions. So what I do is I use the 1 month ahead envelopes for my sinking funds, and I like it. I love it. And then I also have these 4 that are in the credit union. So even if you don't have a credit union, you have a bank, you could also, Capital One, Capital 360, you can also open up different online accounts if you have to. But most people have a bank account. You can always open up additional bank accounts and then transfer your money over. So that's what I do with these 4 here. But I also have these, and then I also use my cash envelopes, which I also have like BJ's and a few others. But this is so user-friendly. I love it. Now, I just recently got asked a question, how do I use this? So this is what I do. When I'm planning my cash envelopes, I plan what I need to take out if it's a really tight week, because I don't get paid the same amount of money every week. So if it's a really tight week, I have to look over what I can take out for money for my cash envelopes, for my sinking funds. And so what I do is, after I figure out what I can take out, then I figure out what am I going to add to my sinking funds. So the second thing I do is, can I transfer money over to the other accounts, like $50? And I usually just transfer money over. I don't need to take out the money just to put it back in. The only money that I'm taking out for my sinking funds is the ones that I'm actually using over here. Like, I'm setting money aside so that way I can eventually spend it. Now, some people that doesn't make sense, but after a while, don't worry, it will make sense. It's prioritizing your money, giving it a place to go. And when it's budgeting, you're budgeting for these categories and it works. So what I do is, like, if I'm taking $400 out a week, or if it's $300, I first fill my cash envelopes first. That's very important. I need to make sure there's food on the table, gas, etc. And those are very important envelopes. And then from there, if we're all good, that's when I say, okay, I'm going to add money. I don't spend on Amazon. I don't go shopping every other day. Now, I do spend on Amazon if it pertains to my business. This is personal. We're not talking about business. Business is something different. I might need boxes and things like that, and that's a completely separate account that I use. So, but this system definitely works. Take the money out, put it in the envelope, and when I'm ready to use this, I would deposit it back in my checking account, and then I would go shopping. And I enjoy it. I have no problem. I love it. And that is why one of the things, now let's just say I don't have the money here, or maybe I don't have enough. That is why I always tell people to add more money to your miscellaneous envelope. I always have like $300 in my miscellaneous envelopes, like a buffer. Okay, so if you're using the cash envelopes, which is right here in this binder here, you are going to want to start adding money, additional monies to your miscellaneous envelopes, so that way it can accumulate and it's like a buffer. So maybe you run out of eating out and you want to do something extra. I know you guys heard me talk about this before, but it's really, really important, and it really, really does work. Okay, well, I won't talk forever on that, but tip 2 is about reorganizing your sinking funds. Okay, so take a look at your sinking funds. Look at what is working for you and what is not working for you. Okay, it is okay to get rid of stuff that's not working for you. Okay, now we're on number 3. Okay, so refreshing your cash binders. Okay, I love doing this part. I love going through my envelope. I just love going through my envelopes, pulling out what I'm not using. Basically, my cash binder, my cash envelopes are the same envelopes that I use every year. These are the same ones that I used when I first started my budgeting journey. So I don't need to change anything, but you can change the amounts that you're adding. So this is something like if you're not really being successful, maybe like if you're not being very successful, like in the grocery area, and you're spending, you're spending, you don't have enough money in your envelope. So this is just to reevaluate and say, okay, this is what I actually need to add to my grocery envelope in order for you not to get in that situation, so you do have enough. So, so you want to, I'm going to say 99% you're going to keep the envelopes that you're using, because these are your variable cash envelopes, and it's important to use these categories. However, like I just said, you might need to, maybe you need to add new envelopes because they are breaking. Maybe they're stretched out, and it's like, okay, you don't want to be using something that is, kind of like crappy and broken, right? We want positive. We want to make it look good so you can actually use it. So those situations, you could redo it. Or if you're having any issues with the amount that you're adding to the envelope, so let's say groceries, you usually do $150 or maybe $200, and you are cutting yourself short. So every time you go to the checkout, it's a lot more. So this is another area that you can reevaluate what you're doing. Sit down right now and go through each one of your envelopes and take a look, like, okay, how much everything looks good. Oh, eating out's good. This is what I spend. I think I'll add more this week, or gas has gone down for me. So, okay, I don't think I need to add 50 anymore. Things like that. So just take a look at them. But these 6 categories are super important. You can see here's miscellaneous, here's the money, like I said. And what I also do is I keep extra cards I don't use in the back. And I love it. I just love it. And I have this like little yearly overview here, and it looks like I'm gonna have to put the dot stickers here because we are now on quarter 2, and it's such an amazing feeling. I'm so excited. So we need to go ahead and update this, but for now, my cash envelopes are great. Okay, so let's jump into tip number 4. Tip number 4 is, it is your budget planner. So tip number 4 is update your budget planner. Updating your budget planner is super important, guys. This is like the number 1 thing that you should be doing. It's like so important, okay? So this planner is number 1, okay? So if you've fallen behind on tracking or your notes or your task list or your goals, now is the time to catch up. Use this week to flip through your budget planner, close out March, and prep for April pages. This is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So fresh fresh pages equals fresh motivation. I want you guys to be successful. We're moving into a new quarter, which is April. We're springing into April. And that's why I wanted to do like more of the spring cleaning, because I believe in spring cleaning in the house. And so I thought to myself, why not just do spring cleaning your budget moving into April? So I didn't want to do the video in April. I wanted to just kind of do it for the last week of March. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's go through this real quick. So I do have some personal stuff in here. I'm just going to go back to January, just so you guys can see real quickly. So updating your budget planner. So we always, sometimes we fall behind. We don't want to get in that habit. So I am so in love with these 2 new bookmarks. I was talking to you guys about that in the beginning of the video. You see, I put the bookmark here for the weekly view, and then you can just flip over to the budgeting. When we talk about updating your budget planner, update everything that you need to do and get your pages all set up, especially for April. So if you flip over to April, here it is right here. So getting all of the pages, like I have 2 sticker sheets that are in the shop, parent sticker sheets. One says bill due, one says payday. And actually I put both sticker sheets for $5. So before they were individual, but now I just kept them together because I put them as like a little package, a little bundle for people to use for their planner. And you can just, and what it looks like this. See how it says bill due? That is a highlighter marking underneath, but they are clear. It's clear. So you could put your bill due, here's pay date. Again, that's a highlighter, but they're very clear. They're very simple. And then we also have like the highlighter ones, which are script. So when you have your month on 2 pages, you really should just list out everything that you're doing here. This could be more for personal. It could be for like work related. It could be your appointments. I would definitely, now I still get into the habit of writing out my bills on this page, which I'm trying not to do, but I do. And it's with habit. So I tend to, like, as you could see, as you just saw, like for the month of March, I was listing out all of my bills, but I wasn't listing out the bill. I was actually just listing out the sticker, and that indicates there's a bill that is due, but I'll show you the other pages over here. So this should be more of like, your schedule for yourself, your personal life, your work related appointments, kids, everything. This is the full month on 2 pages. And so filling this out, and then you have your week that you could fill out the things that you need to do. This week is made for you to be, you can customize it to the way that you'd like to use it. I'm a list maker. I personally really like writing out a list just like this. And I like it. And I like highlighting as we go and just crossing off. I enjoy it. I don't like to make things super complicated, but after the week, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to set up your goals. So this page here is things that you need to do. You can list out your goals, you can list out your tasks, you can list out your projects and things that you have to do. You have these 2 pages, which I call like a running list. You can just list it out, list everything out, and it's great. Highlight, check off as you go. You know what? And whatever you don't get to, you start the next month, okay? Now, this is where your budgeting pages start. So this is where I want you guys to fill out everything. You want to list out all of your bills here. So list out all of your bills according to the earliest due date, like the 1st, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. List them out, and then over here is where this is the month on 1 page. Now, you could use those stickers that I was just talking to you guys about, payday or the bill due, and you can put those, or you can actually use the dot stickers and just put where the bills are due. So you don't have to like technically write the bill that's due because it's over here. So you just want to use either a highlighter, or you can use a circle dot sticker. You're paying your bills in between your pay periods. So if you get paid bi-weekly, you want to be able to see when your pay period is, so you know all of the bills in between that pay period are the bills that you have to pay. So you could set those up with a different highlighter to make it so you can actually see, or a different like circle dot color, whatever way that you want to like separate the 2. And then down here is where you get paid again, and then you want to list out, you would see all of the bills because of either how you're going to indicate it with a sticker, with a highlighter, and then those are also the other bills. So these 2 pages are really, really amazing pages for you to see that overview when your bills are due, when your payday is due. The other month on 2 pages that's everything. Like you could list everything on these 2 pages here. And if you don't want to list out like the name of the bill, just use the transparent stickers and put bill, bill, bill. So this way you can, you have that visual, and then you can list out your appointments that you have for the month. You can list out your kids' appointments, whatever you need to do for the month, you can just list it out, and it's really good. Being organized is super important, no matter where you are in your budget journey. We just want to become very organized, putting it on paper, and we know what bills are due, we know when we get paid, and just getting in the system to stay consistent, along with using your cash envelopes and sinking funds. Okay, so after these 2 pages, then you would start to track your expenses. You can track your sinking funds. So if you have 4 that I just, like the 4 that I just shared with you, then you want to start writing them out. Just because you're adding money doesn't mean that you can't use the money. So you can also use your money. But for tip number 5 right now, it's about setting up your April month. So filling out as much as possible. If you are paying off a debt this month, write it out, okay? And then you have your paycheck trackers. Write out your subscriptions. Go online, print out your bank statement. It's an amazing feeling when we go through and you're like, oh my goodness. So definitely do that. I really, really highly recommend it. Like I always say, like spring is about a fresh start. And so we always clean our house, we clean our closets, we get rid of things. Well, at least I do. I like to go through and donate all of the clothes I'm no longer using and clean the house and get rid of like all of the Tupperware that doesn't have a lid, or do you know what I mean? And just clean the house and your budget. And so guess what? Your money deserves a clean, fresh start as well. Okay, so tip number 5 is set new money goals for Q2. So let's set some realistic, fun goals for the next 3 months, whether it's building your emergency fund, starting a saving challenge, or just keeping your spending in check. Write it down and make a plan. That is what I want you to do. I hope these tips help you reset and feel re-energized about your budgeting journey. Let me know in the comments, what's one financial habit that you're spring cleaning this week. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with a family member, a budgeting friend. But until next time, keep planning, keep saving, keep believing in your goals. I'm here for you, and we are all here for you. Don't forget, you can sign up also with the Facebook group. If you have any questions, you can always head on over there as well. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope these tips have helped you. Bye.